All right. So sorry we started late here tonight. Not that anybody was waiting for this live stream. I know I'm the top live streamer on the market right now. Like I might get like 2 views tonight. It's going to be pretty intense. So, anyways, for those who care, technical difficulties. I was trying to use OBS, which is a streaming platform. It's better. It's gonna be 4K because it's like 720 right now with StreamYard, and because I don't want to pay for the StreamYard. Oh, great. It's working. That's good. Okay. So it is working. But yeah, I'm back on StreamYard for now, just so it's easier. I'll figure out the OBS. It's going to be better. This is all just practice right now. We're just having fun. We're having a good time. And I got a couple news stories that I want to chat about a little bit on a Friday night. And I'd love to get your guys' takes, some comments. If you're there, I see one person is watching, although it might be my phone. So I might be watching myself, which is kind of creepy. So yeah, we got some news stories to talk about, but first I just had a little incident today. I had a road rage thing that happened to me. Has this ever happened to you where you got like a guy with road rage coming at you or whatever? It's kind of scary because you never know. My dad always taught me, he's always like, you never know if a guy's got a gun. So like he was always like kind of taught us to not pick a fight with random people because you don't know if they have a gun. And so that's always like in the back of my mind, like if this person's crazy, but I'm at the stoplight and I was kind of like fiddling with my stereo or something, trying to get it to work. And this guy honks at me and I'm like, shit, was it a green light? And I was like, I wasn't paying attention. I was like, I don't think I saw an arrow. I know it was a red light, but sometimes I have the green arrow. I was taking a left. So I was like, was it a green arrow? I was like, I don't think it was. And then the arrow turned and then I went. And the guy's like still, and then he drives up next to me and I'm like, oh fuck, is this guy gonna like give me the finger or something? He rolls down the window and he just waves at me. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? That's weird. And then I was like, wait a minute. I fucking know that guy. And it was this guy. It was let's see if I can add this to it was Danny, my friend Danny, who did my podcast back when I had a podcast. And he was there. He was in Scottsdale and he's waving at me. He rolled the window down. I rolled my window down. I was like, Danny? And he's like, hey Chuck, how's it going? We're sitting there having a conversation as we're driving next to each other. So, woo, that was like a load off my mind because like I was like looking at this guy. I was like, this guy looks like he could kick my ass. So I should not fuck with him. But thankfully, it was a friendly wave and honk and not an angry one. But I wish I was trying to show you guys. It was so funny. So the reason that Danny got famous, his claim to fame is that, I mean, he's done a lot of cool stuff. He's written books and he's been in bands. But the biggest thing, like when the first on the other website that I Googled, I don't know why it's not showing on Google, on this Google, maybe it was, I don't know what it was, AI or something. But when you type in his name, it says, Danny is famous for punching Glenn Danzig in the mouth. And that is like a big thing that he did is there's a whole story behind it. You can listen to the podcast or research it, watch the video. It's really, I was trying to find the video. I can't find the video. It's hard to find, but it is cool that he is famous for punching Glenn Danzig. I thought that was really cool. So super nice guy. And yeah, if you're bored, you got an hour, check out our interview. It's pretty funny because he wrote this book about people roasting him and we read some of the roasts and I thought it was pretty funny. So anyways, that was just a fun little incident that happened. I'm sure you guys have had your incidents of road rage if you drive, or even if you're in like the backseat of an Uber and the driver has a road rage incident. It's a lot of, for some reason, that's like the two things. People get behind the wheel or they get behind a keyboard and they get real cocky and they get real angry and they think they can just fucking do whatever they want. It's like they would never act the way they act behind the keyboard face to face, 99% of them. And the same with the car, like they're honking their horn and shit. And I'm like, let's go face to face and see if you're really going to be that angry at me in my face. Cause when you see the person's face, like, you know, they're human. You just don't treat people like that. Anyways, it was a friendly thing. So that happened to me today. And then, so I'm trying to find stuff to talk about for the stream here. It's I'm running out of ideas already. It's only like my third stream and I'm running out of things to talk about, but, there's things in the news and that's always fun. News stories, viral stories. I thought this was interesting. Do you guys remember the chick from, AT&T, Lily, I think her name was? Let's see if I can, bring this up to no. Okay. Stop screen. I'm going to show this in case you forgot who she was. I have the, news article here. So she did like, it's not OnlyFans. I don't know what you call it. What was it called? It had like a different name. She's trying to show some spicy only philanthropy. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's what it was. Only philanthropy. And she showed this like, I mean, this is like the one of the pictures, and then she put the thing over it. So I think you got to pay if you want to see the real picture. I don't think she's like naked, but she's, it's scandalous. It's in a bikini or something. And she was always like really opposed to that. What's her name? Milana Von Trub? I think she's Russian or something. She raised more than $500,000, 38 years old. She's AT&T's longtime Lily. She's doing this only philanthropy thing. $500,000. Flirty and risque, tastefully risque photos of herself in exchange for donations, with the proceeds going directly to wildfire survivors. So I think that's awesome. I have absolutely no problem with this. My only complaint is I think it should be not tasteful. I think it should be fully naked if you're going to have to pay money for it, because people post stuff that's tastefully risque on Instagram all the time, and that's free. So, but people paid for it. So good. That's good that she raised that much money. It's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. If anybody has the pictures, I would love to see the real. I mean, they just got that one little screenshot. I feel like that's not really enough. But anyways, I love that. I love stuff with charity. If the money's actually going to the victims, not, the overhead of the charitable organization. There's so many stories like that. That's why I used to promote charities on my podcast, and I stopped doing it because I was like, I don't have time to research all these charities, and I can't have guests just blindly promoting charities that may be a complete scam, which I think a lot of charities are. So I was like, no, I can't endorse this anymore. Did I make it? Yes, you did. I'm here. You might have missed a minute or two. Nothing too exciting. You can rewatch it if you want. What else is going on in the world? AT&T boobies. Oh yeah, this fucking. I think people can relate to this. This is a story that everybody, I think, can relate to. Is the streaming services? Do you guys have? I think everybody's got some streaming service, right? I mean, I'd be shocked if you have nothing, because that's how you watch TV now. Like nobody has cable, but I guess some people just have YouTube or whatever. So the streaming services are raising their prices. Can we see this? It's working. Streaming service are an astonishing rate. And here's how much more you're paying. I wonder if I could just show the screenshot of the, oh man, this sucks. The screenshot was better. Let's see if I can go back to that. Let me see if I can open that up, because that just had the exact prices. That's all I care about. I don't really care about the article. Oh yeah, here we go. Let me get this for you guys. This is way better. I love it when you're live and you have to fill. You can't have dead air. That's one thing I've learned about doing radio. When I started in radio, like you can't have dead air. So I think it's the same with dead streaming time. Okay, sorry. I'm really boring people now. This will be worth it though. This will be worth. Okay, check this out. So here you go. Now can you see that? So here's the prices of the streaming services. I mean, it might be hard to see, so I could read it to you. But so Disney in 2019, Disney Plus was $6.99 a month. Today it's $11.99 a month. Hulu in 2010, when it started, it's been around for 2010. That's crazy. 2010, it was $8 a month. Today it's $11.99. Actually, that's not too bad considering, 15 years, if that's accurate. Netflix started in 2011. It was $7.99 a month. Now it's $17.99. So that's more than double. Prime Video in 2016 was $8.99, and today it's $14.99. And also, I want to say with Prime Video, I think they have ads now, and some of these other ones do too. They have like when they all started, none of them had ads. That was the whole thing. You're paying for this, so it's like, why would you have ads? And now they all have ads, or a lot of them do. HBO Max in 2020 was $14.99. Now it's $18.49. Okay, well that's not too bad. Like some of this is just inflation. Okay, Apple TV, 2019 it was $4.99. Today it's $12.99. Okay, that's more than doubled. Are you kidding me? Paramount Plus, 2021 it was $4.99. Now it's $7.99. Okay, that's a lot. I actually get Paramount Plus free because I subscribe to like a sports website, and they gave it to me for free. So I was like, all right, I guess I don't think I would pay that much. I don't know that it's worth it. I mean, there's a couple of good shows, but Oh, Peacock $4.99 in 2020. Now it's $10.99. So a lot of them have like doubled or more than doubled. And I guess I just want to see. I guess the other thing you want to look at is like, what are their stock prices or whatever? Like, what are they? Were they hurting? Did they need to do this to make profit? Because I think their profits are doing pretty good. So I don't know why they needed to do this. It's just, to me, it's just greed. And the problem is people fucking pay it. And I did a whole video about this. You can check it out. It's like, I think no, it wasn't a short. It might have been more than a minute. It might have been like 3 minutes or 4 minutes about Ticketmaster. And they're the worst at this shit because they're just creating prices and fees out of thin air. And there's like, we're going to tack on this like bullshit, like blah, blah, blah fee. Like it doesn't even make sense. And they're just like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll fucking, and people just go, yeah, I guess I'll pay it. What else are you going to do? So I don't know. These things, it's weird. It almost seems like, I mean, they don't have, I can't say they have a monopoly because there's multiple streaming services, but it does raise an eyebrow. I mean, I guess it's just supply and demand and people will pay it. So I guess you just got to be careful though, because Blockbuster got very greedy. Well, they were like this too. They got very greedy and they raised all their prices, and then they charge you for returning it late, and they charge you if you didn't rewind it, and there's all these fees, and they'd jack up the price of like popcorn and candy and shit they'd sell you there, and like everything was just a total ripoff. And then eventually people were like, well, screw this, I'm gonna get Netflix because it was cheaper. So somebody might come along and bump you out of the market. So yeah, okay. Well, we got like 3 people watching. This is good. Well, people watch it on the replay. You can still comment. I'll still check out the comments on the replay. And yeah, I got some nice comments over the last couple streams. I thought 0 people will watch these live streams. Why would anyone give a fuck what I have to say? But I think that I will, with time, hopefully get better at this. And hopefully I'll have some interesting things to talk about and some interesting things to say. Here's another one that is interesting to me. If I can get this story up here. Something happened yesterday during the Atlanta Falcons and Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. And it doesn't matter I know a lot of people do not care about sports, but it's not a sports story really per se. It's more of like a social issue story. I don't know social, political, I guess maybe, media issue. I think it's my issue with the media that I've complained about a lot. And so Bijan Robinson, they were asking him like, oh man, like how'd you get so good at like playing football like that? It was just, let's see, what does the official story say? He made an insensitive comment. They addressed Robinson's strong performance during a specific play. They threw it to you in the backfield. You made the first one miss, then legged 3 people, Sherman said. And I said, this boy grew up in the backyard. Robinson laughed and said, smear the queer. That's what we do. Smear the queer. Analyst and former NFL quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick jumped in and corrected Robinson by referring to the game as kill the carrier instead. The game, which has several names, is most commonly a playground variation of football where the goal is to tackle the person carrying the ball before they score. Robinson later apologized for his comments on social media. Hey, everyone, I want to apologize for the insensitive comment I made in the broadcast. It was a football game we used to play as a kid, but that's not an excuse, he wrote. I recognize the mistake and make sure to do better in the future, Robinson said. It was not reflective of my beliefs, and I am so sorry to those I offended seriously. Okay, fair enough. So he apologized. No harm, no foul, I guess. But the fact that NBC decided to make a news story about this and actually write up is it really that big of a deal? Like when my buddy told me that he said that, I thought he was joking. I was like, no, nobody. First of all, like, yes, that is what kids called it, but I thought that was back in my day. I'm old. I thought, a running back in the NFL has got to be in their 20s. Bijan Robinson's got to be maybe early 30s. Like, I didn't think they still called it that when he was a kid. That kind of surprised me a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I just think it's interesting that I have a few issues with this. Like, first of all, why did NBC decide to write an article about this? Is it really so that, I mean, you got to think of all the stories going on in the world right now, how does this make the cut? Because if you're doing this story, that means you're not doing another story. So there's some other story that didn't make the cut. How was this one bigger? Does anyone question? I mean, there's literally genocides going on in the world. I mean, there's all sorts of horrible things going on in the world. And we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about people being ripped off and people can't afford a house and the price of steak is insane. I had 3 steaks yesterday from Costco, $60 for 3 steaks. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a guy who said something that's insensitive, I guess, inappropriate, out of touch, maybe. That's a headline now, really? Wow. I mean, that just kind of surprised me. And yeah, so I think it just shows where we're at in society right now, where these things are just, it's like this rage bait, like rage thing where they want to get people riled up. I don't think anybody cares, honestly. I don't think, he didn't mean to offend anybody. Who did you offend? That's what I want to know. Was there a gay person that was, oh my God, I can't believe he said that? Because I bet you if the gay people I know, I don't think they would fucking care. Okay. They probably were like, okay, whatever. And also, isn't the word queer, is that a bad word now? Because it's LGBTQ. Isn't the Q queer? So why is that a bad word? It's a little bit confusing. It's strange to me that this is where we're at in society. I remember when I was a kid, we played that game and I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that word meant, but I remember my PE teacher one time was asking for games to play. And I said the name of that game. And I didn't, cause I didn't know. I just was like, I like that game. It's a fun game. I didn't know it meant a bad thing. And she was not happy with me. And in retrospect, I think it was probably because she was a lesbian. So oops. And I feel, I will apologize for my insensitive comment from 7th grade. I think it was 6th grade. I didn't know that was a bad thing. And I wonder if Bijan Robinson really knew what he was saying or if he thought it was bad or what. I seriously doubt he hates gay people, but anyways, that's a headline. So this is what the major news story is we're talking about now. So I just thought I would put in my 2 cents. I just wonder too that, I mean, if he hates gay people, then that's not good, but I feel like it's just like a name that somebody came up with a long time ago that, yeah, it's out of touch, or call it kill the carrier. But do you think that gay people do you think they made fun of straight people and stuff like that? Like, do you think they had a game called Hate the Straight or something like that, where they must make fun of that, right? Do they do that? They got to do that. I think that kind of stuff is funny if it's played in jest, if it's just all in fun. If it's true hate, no, that's not funny. But I think that kind of stuff is funny if it's lighthearted and joking around. So anyways, that was a big news story. What else was going on? My favorite college, speaking back to sports, and I'll try not to make it sports related because I know people don't care as much about sports, but my school that I'm a fan of, not that I went to, but Washington State got a new head coach and I was excited. And I think we were talking about this yesterday with the turnover for college football coaches, how much the coaches turn over. I was trying to think, is there any other job field like that where, I mean, I guess you could say if we're talking music, because I know there's a lot of music fans that watch, maybe like a band like LA Guns or whatever, where they just keep replacing members and stuff. Although I think they've been kind of consistent lately, but there's a lot of bands that do that where they just keep replacing the members and stuff. And I feel like it's like college football. They just keep replacing coaches and stuff. And it reminds me when I used to work in education, and we always have some sort of there's so many acronyms. If you work in education, everything is some sort of acronym, like CBLC and ABD5, and everything's these acronyms. We'd always have this new program every year. Like, this is the program. This is the thing that's going to save people. And it would always be gone the next year. And so that kind of stuff is always just so interesting to me when they can't keep consistency in the programs and things like that. You guys notice that in your workplace? Is there a lot of turnover where people either with employees or programs that they have, or goals, things like that, mission statements and all that kind of stuff? Like, no, this is the state. This is what we're about now. Like, I don't know. It's so ridiculous. Like, I feel like things didn't used to be like that. I feel like there was more consistency in the workplace, and now it's got to just be a shit show. But yeah, so those are the stories that I thought of talking about that are going on in the world right now. Um, Nobody's watching. Kevin, I don't know. Kevin, are you still here? Is Kevin still here? Yeah, I mean, I got one person. What are you saying, Kevin? Let's hang out. You're in Sun City. Oh my God, that's that's a long ways. Sun City's like that's like going to Flagstaff almost. That's like so far away in Arizona. I love Arizona though; it is great. And yeah, so that's all I got. 20-minute live stream. I think I'd say that's pretty good. Uh, I hope everyone has a great Friday night. And again, send me your topics, send me your comments. Tell me what to talk about. I'm running out of topics here. I could just keep looking in the news headlines, and I'm sure there's lots. I'd love to hear what you guys think and what your opinions are. And tell me if I'm wrong about something, because maybe I'm out of touch. You know, it's like that Simpsons meme where he's like, "Am I out of touch?" No, it's the children who are wrong. So maybe that's what it is. All right. Peace, guys. Does this end? Am I ending? All right.